Finishing building our team hubs in both Confluence and in Coda. And the last kind of element or page you want to kind of build out in your team hub is the home page. That's kind of where people will go when they first go to the team hub, where new hires will go when they're onboarding. And let's build this out in both Confluence and in Coda. Now with Confluence, they have a dedicated overview page, which kind of acts like your team's homepage. Nothing here right now. There's also this blog if you want to write blog posts for your team hub. But the overview is separate from the rest of your pages that we've built out for our team hub, like the vision, mission, and values, and team roster, and all that kind of stuff. So let's go to the overview and let's edit this homepage to make it look like a real homepage. So the first thing I'm going to do is just add some elements to make this a little more engaging for my teammates. Add an emoji, and let's look for a home icon as the home page. And maybe let's give a nice header image. Let's look for a kind of a team, kind of everyone's team's hands in together, kind of like homepage. And a few things you might think about putting inside your homepage in your team hub might be like announcements, quick links. These are like things that people want to quickly go to, meetings, a meeting log, even though we have a separate page already, if you recall, for a meeting log. I'll show you that later. And then maybe also progress on projects. So let's look at how we can add some of these elements to our homepage. So the first thing I want to do actually is I want to make my homepage into a layout that has two columns. Actually, before I do that, let's quickly give a call out for what our homepage is all about, a one-stop shop for everything related to our team projects and processes. And I'm going to make this an info panel so that it's like a really very called out what this is, so that when people come here, they know exactly what my team hub homepage is all about. And let's start with a big title. Hi, we are Team Awesome. And from here, I want to create layouts. You can click on this icon right here to create the layouts. What I'm going to do, actually, let me zoom out here. I'm going to just do /layout. And I'm going to do this like, this two sidebar layout. Let me expand this window to make it more clear what's going on. Notice how I have these two columns. You can change this to have two columns that are equal column width. I'm going to do this where we have the first column is a little wider than the second column. And then here I'm going to say, I'm just going to copy some text now from my other Confluence page. This will be announcements. Quick links will be here. And maybe down here I can link to things like the team vision, mission, and then we'll also have initiatives. And let's see if I can link directly to something here. Yep, I can just search for mission, and this will link to my vision, mission, and values page, and this will link to my initiative tracker. I think it's just this one right here. All right. So now we have two columns of data. It just makes it a little more easy to see in one place. Below that, I'm going to keep the kind of canvas layout, and actually I can expand this to make this a little wider. Maybe that might work. Yep, no, we'll just keep this kind of like this, so it's like a nice centered page layout. I'm going to put a header for my meetings, because I think one thing that people want to see when they go to my homepage in the Team Hub is just quickly see like what meetings are happening or have happened in my team. So this is actually going to look pretty similar to the meetings. Let me just publish this now so we can take a look to see what the meetings page looks like. We're going to look, just make sure this works. It goes to Team Vision. Great. We're going to build something similar to this, have a create from template macro, basically a button, and also a log of meeting notes on the home page. And so that it can look really, so that people can basically see our meetings very quickly. Let's edit this page again. And let me add in the create template from macro. So this button will simply create add meeting note. This template, this create from template macro will create a meeting note using that my cool meeting notes space template that I created in the meeting page earlier in this series. So template name, if you recall, if you watched that meetings tutorial, I created this my cool meeting notes template as a space template. Title of the page created, let's use current date, space keep, and leave that for now. Hit save. And now I have this add meeting note button, which is kind of cool. I can edit this in the future if I want to change the template, but for now I'm going to keep this like this. And then below this, I'm going to create the content report macro table. And this one I'm going to basically create a list of all meeting notes, or pages rather, that have this meeting notes table. I think I can just select the current space here, current space. And you notice how this automatically pulls up the pages that have this meeting notes label. And if you recall, when I created this space template, this my cool meeting notes template, I had to manually tell Confluence that all new pages that have this template have to have a label of meeting-notes so that this content report macro can pick up those pages that have that label. Just a little kind of nuance there about the way that these macros work. Let's just test this out really quick. Well, I'm going to hit publish so I can actually see this in real life. Add meeting note. It's going to think for a little bit. Let me close some of these tabs here. And there we go. We have a new meeting note on August 12th. Let's maybe call this, team sync or something. Kudos, blah, blah, blah. We can write meeting notes here. When I'm ready to publish these meeting notes, I can hit publish. And hopefully this will show up in my content report macro. We'll have to go back, it looks like, to my home page. And there we have our new meeting note that automatically shows up in my content report macro. And if I click on this, it'll automatically bring this to my subpage here. I'm not sure why this is not being embedded or subpage in my meeting notes, because I want all my meeting notes to show up here. I think I have to do some settings so that when I click that report macro, that create from template macro, it automatically puts those new meetings inside that meeting notes parent page. Add meeting note. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do that right now, but that's okay. It's a small detail. Finally, one thing I want to show on my homepage is so when people that are onboarding to my new team, or even people from outside my team in the rest of the company, they come to our team hub, they want to know what we're up to, like our progress, basically, our progress on different projects. So the way I'm going to approach this is I'm going to create another layout with two columns where I have the first column being wider, and I'm going to create this is going to be a chart of how my progress is doing on the different projects. If you recall, let's publish this again so I can go back to my team hub. If you recall, I have this initiative tracker where I have a bunch of initiatives here, and I want to be able to track how things are going on these different tasks. And the tricky thing here is we don't have a column for status. That requires a separate macro, status progress macro Confluence. I didn't actually add this to my my Confluence page because I think it requires a specific type of subscription. No, there is actually a macro you can add for Confluence Cloud. I just didn't add it because I wasn't sure if I was going to use this in this tutorial. But for now, the high-level task we want to do is report on the progress of all of our tasks, whether it's using this table here, this task report, or using our Jira table. So overview, I'm going to go back here and click on edit this page. I want to be able to basically add a chart in this column. I'm going to just see if I can put in a pie chart here. And it says pie chart display the matching issues for project filter. Let's assume that I want to use the Jira. Let's see if I can use a Jira pie chart. Oh yeah, I can use a Jira chart for sure. Let's say I want to use project equals. I'm actually doing this live. I actually haven't done this before. Okay, that's not very helpful, but it looks like I don't have. If I want to insert Jira chart, I could use something like this. And my Jira project doesn't happen to have anything. It doesn't have to have anything in the, I guess, in progress phase. So I'm going to avoid using this chart for now. Let's assume I'm not using Jira for my actual task and initiative tracking. So let's delete this. The only way I could figure out how to do this actually was creating a table down here that has, let me just actually delete this column, that has two columns, project status and percentage. So this represents the status of my tasks. If you recall, we don't have a status column right now in our initiative tracker. So I'm kind of manually doing this. Whoops. And then I have this percentage column representing how many of my tasks are in the active stage, how many are in the pending stage. So if I go in the overview here and I type in pie chart, I'm going to insert a pie chart. And let's see here. I think if I just hit save, let's see what happens if I do that. I think I actually have to, oh, no, that's not the right exact pie chart that I want. I want this pie chart to basically be built off of this table. Let me see how to do that really quick. I think I can actually just, oh, I think I just have to write chart. And instead of doing, there we go. Here we go. Okay, so I want a pie chart. Display orientation, I want it to be vertical. And I think somewhere down here, display chart data. No, that's not it. Tables. I remember there was a way that you can actually connect this chart to the, yeah, there's so many different options here. I think if I just hit, let's try a different macro. Oop, I got rid of my layout here. Overview, chart, average age chart. Let's try this chart again. And display chart data before, after. Oh, I think I have to set it as an attachment for, yeah, let me take a look at how I set up this chart in my other. Let's just publish this for now and see what happens. Yeah, nothing shows up. So let's go back to our edit. I'm pretty sure there's a way I can insert a chart here. Pie chart. Okay, well, there is a way to do this. Basically, you can just create a chart off of this data. Oh, it's down here. Of course, it's just right in, you wouldn't even think about adding a chart here. So insert chart, that's all it is. I'm going to drag this and put it into here. And I'm not sure why this chart is different from the other chart I try to insert, but basically I'm going to create this as a pie chart. And there we go. That's a basic bar chart I have here. And let me call this, progress on initiatives. And then maybe in this panel right here, in this column, I can say works, projects in progress. And I can start creating a bulleted list of, like, we have project A, project B. But a better way of doing this might just be to do the table of contents macro. And I think I can select where, oh no, I think I might have to do the children, whoops, the children display. Parent page. If I could select the parent page here, but okay, for now we'll just close that. And so this is how you can create a simple pie chart in Confluence to show your team in your team hub how things are going on different projects. The only problem is that you have to manually change these percentages in order for this to update. So it's really not a scalable solution. But I just wanted to show how it's possible to build charts off of data. Ideally, you probably want to go to your initiative tracker, use the status column in this table, or add a status column, which requires some more customization, or just build a template, build a pie chart off of your Jira data, which we talked about a little bit earlier. But this is how the homepage might look like in your team hub. You have announcements, quick links, list of meetings, and then also like an update on how projects are going within your team. So let's look at how to do this in Coda. So we have our homepage here, and the first thing I'm going to do, similar to what I did with our Confluence page, is add a cover photo. Let's look at team. We have that same hands together situation there, and we don't have a call out text format here for now, but I'm just going to create a subtitle that says a one-stop shop for everything related to teams and projects. Let me just expand this a little bit. And now, same thing with Confluence. What I did in Confluence, hi, we are team awesome. And I'm also going to create 2 columns here. And I can actually, similar to Confluence, I can make certain columns wider and smaller. This column I'm going to make a little wider, the first column. And I'm just going to copy and paste some information from my other Coda doc. Announcements here. And then we have quick links. Similarly, we want to maybe link to the vision, mission, and values page here for one quick link. Another quick link will be the initiative tracker. I'm just pressing COMMAND+K here, COMMAND+K, and then searching for different pages in my team hub. And then now I'm going to have a place for my meetings. So let's look at meetings here. Let's go down here below my 2 columns. I have my meetings. And similar to what I did with my meetings notes here, I'm going to create a log all of my meetings. And all I'm going to do is just copy this table, because I have this list of table meeting notes. Go back to my team hub. I'm just going to paste that view over here, because when I paste this creates another view of my data, of my meeting notes. If I click on this little paperclip icon, you can see how this is a view of table meeting notes, which is connected to my main table of meeting notes right here. Let's go back here. So we're back in our team hub. I'm just going to disable the collapsing here for now. I'm going to call this like meeting log. And since I already have this header right here, I might just hide this title. And let's just add some people here. Okay. So what if I want to give my teammates the ability to filter this list of meetings by a certain dates? So what I can do is down here, I can say select dates to filter for filtering. And I'm going to create this date range picker. And I can call this, I can basically connect this date range to this table. So I'm going to call this date range, right click this, I'm going to call this meeting filter. And if I click on this options for this view, if I click on this filter, I can just say add filter for date. And I'm going to select on use interactive filter and then select that meeting filter I just created. And now this will automatically filter to whatever you select here. Let's say I select everything. This will show all my meetings. Let's say I only want to show the meetings in April. I can click on this and then click on past. Actually, let's just do the fixed date range. I'm going to go back to here from April 1st to April 30th. Oops, I think I selected the wrong date here, fixed date range. Let's look at past here. Okay. Not sure why this everything, if I like to do a fixed date range. I think because when I starting value, this might not be the best default value to put there. Let's get rid of that for now. And now let's go to fixed date range. This might be a little bug, but essentially what I can do is filter my table of meeting notes based on this date column using this this picker, this date picker, and it just lets me look at the dates or the meetings that really matter for me. I might also want to add a button that lets people in my team quickly add a new meeting to my meeting hub, to my meeting log rather, and let me just copy a button from my other Coda doc. If I right click this button, a new meeting, this just adds a row to my meeting log, and this will set the date to today and open the row for editing. And so if I click on this new note, I can now get a brand new note that has my original template, if you remember that. For all new rows I could add to my meeting log, I get this template. I can select who's here and then start typing in my meeting notes right here, close out, and you can see that this, well actually if I go back to my main meeting log, this gets added as a new meeting note right here. So now we have our meeting log for quickly seeing all our meeting notes and decisions that were made. We have our announcement, quick links, and similar to what we did in Confluence, I'm going to create a final section here that says what we are up to on the progress. Create another 2 columns. And I want to create a chart that looks at all of our tasks from the initiative tracker. And the nice thing about Coda is that I can actually this is from, let me just hide this. All of our initiatives are actually in this main table down here. The nice thing about this is I can actually convert this table into a chart and everything is connected. So if I select this for now, copy that, and I go back to our team hub, I'm going to paste that table here. It's going to look super scrunch. That's okay. Click on options and change this to a chart. Change this to a pie chart. And the values are, actually the category was going to be the stage. And now I have that pie chart that I wanted to see in Confluence. Basically, I can see all of the status of all my tasks and the current, basically, status of those tasks. Actually, if I want to change the values, maybe the project, the count, that's maybe a little better. So this just counts the number of tasks in that given stage. And again, this is all connected to my initiative tracker here. So if I select something here and I change this stage to idea and this one to idea, this will also change how this chart looks because everything is all connected, which is really neat. One last thing I want to maybe put on the right-hand side here is being able to show works in progress. And what I can do is create another header here, projects in progress. And unlike Confluence here, I had to manually type out these projects in progress right here, or I didn't really actually do this correctly, but this was supposed to be a children display. But over here, what I'm going to do here is actually write a formula that looks at my all initiatives. I think it's just called action items. Let me just make sure I have the right table selected. Initiative tracker. So look at the name of this table. All initiatives. Okay, let's go back here to our home page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a list of projects that are active, and I'm going to write a formula on the canvas in Coda, all initiatives, that filter where the stage equals active. And now I get a list of all these projects I know are active. I can actually add a bulleted list on the end of this, so that it turns into a nice bulleted list. Maybe I can make this column a little wider. And now when anyone comes to my team hub, they can just quickly see projects that are in progress right here, the status of those projects. Maybe another project becomes active in my initiative tracker here. As people are doing work in my team hub, this project becomes active, this project becomes active. If I go back to my team hub, you can see these new projects get added to this list, because again, this is just a formula that looks at my all initiatives, that looks for all the projects, initiatives that are in the active state. And then I can click on this and it just brings up that whole project or initiative for me to look at in detail. So that's how you can build out a homepage, basically probably one of the most important pages in your team hub, because this is essentially what people will see when they first come to your team hub, and they can see all the information related to your announcements, quick links, meetings, and then also how you're progressing on different projects within your team.